I've been researching and collecting historical Bigfoot items for, well, over 20 years of my life now. Newspaper clippings, sightings in old journals, snippets from books. And while I look for items that I think are significant to the history of the legend, well, sometimes I stumble across the more humorous and human side of the story. Here are a few items that really get me laughing and sometimes eye rolling. This one comes to us from the Cambridge Jeffersonian, Cambridge, Ohio, Thursday, December 2nd, 1875. The Texas wild boy turns out to have been a fellow who hid in the bushes to see if his girl would dare to go home with another fellow. Well, that's it. Texas wild boy mystery solved. It's just a guy wondering if his girl is really faithful. End of story. This next one really makes my eyes roll. Not just a little bit, kind of eye roll where your eyes go all the way back to face your brain. It's just, you know what? I'll just read it and you can decide for yourselves. So this comes to us from the Englewood Times, Friday, December 18th, 1908. The Wild Man Who Laughs, Stamford, Connecticut. The resident place of some of New York's wealthiest businessmen have a mystery in the person of a wild man of the woods. Sometimes his face is masked, sometimes it is not. He lurks behind trees, and at night when pedestrians come along, steps quickly up to the side, peeps into his face, laughs, and runs away. A group of young men headed by John Barton found the wild man in the dense thicket of Showfield's woods and tried to surround him, but he took to his heels and escaped. They describe him as of middle age, tall, and athletic. The women and children of the village are so frightened they will not venture out after dark. I honestly don't know what says Bigfoot about this. I mean, I know they said that it's a middle aged, tall, and athletic, but this really just seems like someone who needs a good talking to. This last one, it gives me a good laugh, and it also kind of turns Bigfoot political. It's also interesting to note that even in the late 1800s, sightings of Bigfoot weren't really taken that seriously. So this one comes from the Indiana Weekly Messenger, Indiana, Pennsylvania, Wednesday evening, August 1st, 1888. Some persons who have been drinking Mountain Dew manufactured in the neighborhood of Nicktown report they met a wild man in the neighborhood of Mahaffley. They report him as being 10 feet high and covered with hair, and his tracks in the sand measured 16 inches. That Nicktown whiskey must be terrible stuff. We imagine the men who originated the story are training for campaign liars for the Democratic newspapers. If they would take a few lessons from the editor of the Indiana Democrat, they might get situations promptly. It makes me laugh that even a really good cryptid story can be turned, well, political within a second. And to me, it honestly just sounds like this guy was really, really upset that he wasn't invited to the Mountain Dew whiskey drinking party. It just does. And I do think that the subject of Bigfoot should be taken both seriously and scientifically. But every now and then, it's okay to sit down and have a little laugh at what you're doing. Until next time.